Senior citizens have a unique understanding of life. They've been around for a long time and picked up on a few things that only experience can teach you. And while skipping to the last chapter of a good book may spoil the adventure, seeking guidance from someone who has more experience than you is just common sense. In many ways, the elderly are the experts on how to get the most out of life. To help you learn from their wisdom, I'll be running down 7 important life lessons from senior citizens. These are lessons we can all learn from, and if taken to heart, can help to transform our lives. So grab a pen and paper, and let's dive right in. Number 1. Work doesn't matter as much as you think it does. One of the most important pieces of advice that I ever received came from a senior citizen. When I was fresh out of college and uncertain about what I wanted to do with my life, I asked her what she thought was the most important thing to focus on. Her response was simple. Don't worry so much about your job. It's not as important as you think it is. At the time, I didn't understand what she meant. But now, years later, I realized that she was trying to tell me not to stress so much about finding the perfect career. Because in the end, it's not our jobs that define us, it's our relationships with others. And no matter what we do for a living, we can always find ways to make a positive impact on the people around us. So the next time you're feeling lost or uncertain about your future, remember that it's not your job that matters most, it's your relationships. And as long as you focus on improving those, you'll be just fine. Number 2. The pain of regret is worse than the fear of failure. After reaching a certain age, many people realize that some of their biggest mistakes were made not because of poor judgment or bad luck, but out of fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, and fear of change can all lead us to make decisions that we later regret. We may choose to stay in a comfortable but unfulfilling job rather than risk going after our dream career. We may stay in an unhealthy relationship because we are afraid to be alone. We may miss out on chances to travel, try new things, and meet new people because we are too afraid of what might happen. When we let fear control our lives, we limit ourselves and prevent ourselves from reaching our full potential. We miss out on chances to grow and learn, and we end up living in a small world where we never truly get to experience all that life has to offer. So don't let fear hold you back any longer. Take a chance, step outside your comfort zone, and see what amazing things await you. Number 3. Worrying is a waste of valuable time. It's easy to fall into the trap of worrying. We worry about things that are out of our control, things that have already happened, and things that may never happen. And while it may seem like worrying is helping us to prepare for the worst, the reality is that it's a waste of valuable time. The things we worried about when we were young seem foolish now. The things we worry about now will seem just as foolish when we're 80. So what can we do instead of worrying? We can focus on the present moment and on the things that we can control. We can also remind ourselves that worry is simply a form of negative thinking and that it doesn't serve any purpose other than to make us feel stressed and anxious. When we catch ourselves worrying, we can take a deep breath and let it go. Number 4. There are things you can do now that you won't be able to do someday. It's often said that life is short, and this is especially true when you consider how many things there are to do in the world. There are so many experiences to be had and so many places to see. It can be easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and forget about all the possibilities that are out there. However, it's important to remember that there are some things that you can do now that you won't be able to do someday. There comes a point when it's too late to take up rock climbing, go backpacking around the world, or attend medical school. There's no time to waste. So if there's something you've always wanted to do, don't wait. Do it now. You'll be glad you did. Number 5. Your health is the most important thing you have. At some point in your life, you will come to realize that your health is the most important thing you have. It's easy to take your health for granted when you're young and strong, but there will come a time when you need to start taking better care of yourself. That might mean eating healthier, exercising more, or getting regular checkups. Whatever it is, it's important to remember that your health is valuable and should be treated as such. After all, without your health, what do you have? Money and success mean nothing if you're too sick to enjoy them. So start taking care of yourself today, and you'll be grateful for it later on. Number 6. You can find love at any age. They say that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but when it comes to love, senior citizens may just have a thing or two to teach the rest of us. After years of experience, they've learned that love doesn't follow a specific timeline or set of rules. It can happen when you least expect it, and it's always worth fighting for. They've also learned that the best relationships are built on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. You shouldn't settle for less than you deserve. If anything, as you age, you should be even more selective in your search for love. After all, why settle for anything less than the best? And finally, they know that love is always worth celebrating, no matter how many years have gone by. So if you haven't found your soulmate yet, don't despair. Love might just be waiting for you around the corner. Number 7. There's still time, but it's not unlimited. As we age, it's easy to convince ourselves that there's still plenty of time to accomplish our goals. After all, we've made it this far, so what's a few more years? However, senior citizens can teach us an important lesson. While there's still time, it's not unlimited. Just as youth is fleeting, so is the prime of our lives. That's why it's so important to make the most of our time and focus on things that are truly important to us. If you've been putting off following your dream, now is the time to take action. Don't let another day go by without taking steps toward your goal. The sooner you get started, the better. So don't wait any longer. It's time to get busy and make things happen. You won't regret it. And that's a wrap for 7 important life lessons we can learn from senior citizens. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like so we know you want to see more of these types of videos. Until next time, have a great day.